Now, maybe if we talk privately to Jaeger there and some of the other boys.
That's
one
Jaeger?
by one, yeah.
I'll tell you what else, anybody goes up in the damn thing's gonna be spam in a can.
Attack on Titan is probably by far one of the most popular anime ever made. Even manga, before anybody even had a wet dream about making an anime adaptation, was already popular. So when the anime started coming out, it was bound to be a masterpiece. At least that's what everybody thought. What caught everyone's attention is that every piece of the plot on Attack on Titan was important, or at least that's what it seemed. Many twists were mind-blowing, and some twists didn't make any sense because I feel like even authors didn't plan the whole thing through. But they really wanted us to believe that they actually did. And so now when the anime is finally over, let's go back and see how it all started. By the way, in case you didn't know, that video is a re-upload, but if you've seen it, don't worry, because I've added plenty of extra content, so it still should be enjoyable. Either way, we're introduced to Ancient City behind three walls, which is presumably the last place in the world which is inhabited by humans. The rest of humanity is eaten, devoured by titans, ugly-looking humanoid monsters who are living besides the walls.
But before we reach for hate, always we remember the Titans.
Eren, have you been crying?
Right away we're introduced to the protagonist of the story, Eren Jaeger. Along with Eren, we're introduced to his best friends, Mikasa and Armin. Mikasa is Eren's step-sister. That is very important for the plot because, well, community ships those characters almost all the time. And, well, not without a reason. And they did it long before the final season came up.
You love your brother, right? No matter what?
Later, we even see how Mikasa and Eren met, which some idiots wanted to kidnap her and sell her, killing her family in the process. I'm saying idiots not only because of their career choices, but because Eren later shows up and him and Mikasa easily kill all of them. Right away, you can understand that this story is not going to be nice around the edges, and that Eren can be a little extreme sometimes.
Never promised you anything.
Your folks know about the scouts? Basically.
Eren talks to his friends how he wants to join the Scouts, or the Survey Corps, certain military-like group of people who are allowed to leave beyond the walls to explore. Reason being is that Eren feels trapped inside the walls because they're suppressing his freedom of the main character.
So, Eren's thinking about joining the Scouts.
Get that ridiculous thought out of your head this instant, young man!
No computer.
Listen to your mom!
Mother, of course, as soon as she hears those ideas of Eren leaving the walls, right away tells him to shut up and eat his porridge. Father, on the other hand, surprisingly understands Eren and supports his dangerous ideas.
But I'm telling you, these walls are funny.
But since he's a doctor, unfortunately, he cannot spend too much time with his family. Right now, he has to leave on an office mission or something. Anyway, he has to travel. Because of that, so Eren behaved. He promises as soon as he returns, he's gonna show him something important in their basement.
And I'll let you in on what I've been doing in the cellar. Agreed?
Meanwhile, we get a scene with mentioned scouts who came from beyond the walls. And like I said, this story is definitely not a fairy tale, because they right away established that they're pretty much doing nothing outside those walls, risking their lives, because despite all of their attempts, they cannot learn anything about the Titans and just wasting lives.
Wish I had better news. I'm sorry.
Tell me his sacrifice gave us a better chance!
Sacrifice meant nothing. So with all our losses, the day was lost! We have nothing!
And then happened pretty much what you'll been expecting. Giant, like your mom, colossal titan peeked over the wall. Not gonna lie, not only this is a good shot, but also amazing meme material. No wonder there were so many jokes parodying this scene over the last couple of years.
We're gonna build a wall, and the Titans are gonna pay for it.
Of course, Titan is there not just to look at the main characters. He waits a little bit and smashes a huge hole in the wall. Of course, and I do really like that detail, which is kind of realistic, pieces of that wall flew all the way around, destroying and collapsing buildings. Meanwhile, smaller titans, which apparently are just like walking outside the walls doing nothing, immediately started coming inside the city. And well, I guess you can say it's all-you-can-eat buffet in here right now, which again, great scene with horror, a lot of stuff, a lot of danger, amazing. Eren and Mikasa run to their house to help their mother, but she's a little smashed, no pun intended. At the same time, Hans appears, funny enough, the guy who's previously been talking how walls are so safe they're gonna defend us for all eternity, but...
Listen, the only thing they've done to the wall in the past 100 years is scratch at it.
Yeah, but turns out this is not exactly true. And later on in the anime, I'm gonna see even more how this isn't true. Basically, he says that he's gonna defend Eren and his mother, and you'd expect that epic fight is about to occur, but no, he shits his pants because, well... But, okay, I don't blame him, honestly, that Titan looks hella fucking scary. So instead, he grabs the kids and runs away. He must be French.
Really? Because the French always surrender,
That moment is of course scars Eren forever, and like any other shonen protagonist, he right away establishes his goal, to kill all the Titans.
Kill them all! Every last one!
Later, it's gonna change a little, but we're gonna talk about that later. It is also important to mention that their city is kind of weirdly structured. It is on the side of one of the big rings of the country. So they gotta leave through a small door in the wall with ships, which, gotta admit, is not that fast. Meanwhile, while they're doing it, another Titan with armor smashes another wall and lets Titans even farther into the country.
Smash.
Flash forward, and then it's revealed that, yeah, economical stats are not exactly on our friend's side, because the inner ring doesn't have enough supplies to sustain refugees from Eren's town. Of course, in classical storytelling trope, all of our main characters are now orphans. Welcome to the club, buddy. Oh, and by the way, as a result of timeskip, Eren, for some reason out of nowhere, has his father's key to the basement, which he doesn't even remember how he got it. Of course, it is gonna play an important part later, but not gonna lie, when I saw it the first time, it looked kinda stupid, like a portion of the anime was just cut out, and you'd only have to guess what's happening. Gotta admit, on the other hand, pretty much the whole anime is like that. Whenever you're watching for the first time many aspects of the anime, you're seeing them, and you're like, oh wait, what the hell is it doing here? That makes no sense. And then like season later, you're like, oh, that's why it was there. Then, of course, in order to fulfill Eren's plan to destroy all the Titans, he joins the scouts. Of course, his stepsister and Armin join along. Along with them, we also meet various characters like Sasha, who eats potatoes all the time and actually, well, okay, eats everything. But among the fans, she's known as Potato Girl because, well, first time she was on screen, she ate a potato. Really creative, you guys. Connie, who is I guess just like Sasha, is pretty much there for comic relief. Jean or Jean, whatever, he's not really important yet. As well as Historia, Emir, not the founding Titan one by the way, Bertold, Annie, and Reiner. You might have thought that I'm listing all of those names just for the fun of it because they were in the anime, but no, actually they're gonna play an important part later in the story. All of them right away start training on ODMs, which is pretty much their most important and most unique weapon. Yeah, it's those Spider-Man looking thingies, which pretty much allow you to swing all around the Titan, so you can easily reach their neck, which is their weak spot. Basically, yes, like I said, they don't really know much about Titans. The only thing they know for sure is if you slice Titan's neck from behind, it auto-destructs, so learning how to operate this machine is actually quite important. Actually, everyone starts learning but Sasha. Like I said, she ate a potato first time she was on screen, which angered the teacher who was supposed to tell him how to do stuff, and since it's, you know, an army, she was forced to run around the camp until she passed away. Eren, by the way, unlike everybody, sucked and couldn't do anything right.
Just give up on me.
However, later it was revealed that he couldn't balance on the training machine, not because he sucks and couldn't get anything right, but because it was broken.
Wagner, please exchange belts with Mr. Jaeger.
Huh? Yes, sir.
Your equipment was defective.
Why it was broken, it's only gonna be revealed after 2 whole seasons, but...
I'm gonna sit now.
Their inspector tried to save Eren out of respect for his parents, and basically just sabotage the machine. While all this is happening, we get to know little by little about almost every secondary character, which in my opinion is a little bit of a waste of time because, spoiler alert, most of them are pretty much dead, but I'm gonna point out some important ones. Reiner and Bertolt basically were telling Eren how they want to go back to their homeland with victory, which is I guess really emotional because that's exactly what Eren wants to do, come back victorious to his hometown. But as we learn later on, this actually holds a double meaning, like a huge double meaning.
I decided I have to kill the old stock till every single Titan is dead and rotting.
You have to let go of the past.
Till every single Titan is dead and rotting.
Flash forward to 5 years later, everybody successfully graduated as scouts. Everyone is safely training on the wall, setting up equipment, and joking around how their current position is so useless and boring. But...
Shit your pants? So did I.
Yes, the Colossal Titan strikes once again, this time ready to break a wall once again. But, while everybody runs away, Eren actually decides to make a move because, well, main character power.
Take out the Colossal Titan! This is our chance!
Oh yeah, and because he wanted to, you know, kill old Titans, but I feel like that's not as important. Colossal Titan releases steam and somehow disappears, which is... okay, let's get into a little bit of nitpicking. Colossal Titan, just like Armor Titan, are no ordinary Titans. They're only transformations from their human forms. And the thing is, when they're transforming back to humans, they don't exactly disappear their Titan forms. They basically just exit them out, leaving Titan forms on the floor as they are. Meaning, how did Eren didn't see a huge-ass Titan beneath the wall under him? Why is he acting like a Colossal Titan? Just gone, disappeared into nothingness? If he should clearly see him in front of him.
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
But okay, I guess we're not supposed to know that yet, because this twist is gonna be revealed, so all this information is withheld from us for the shock value. Unfortunately though, while all this was happening, Colossal Titan still was able to break wall once again, letting small Titans in again and causing... bruh... Basically, yeah, remember all the background characters who we spent a lot of time talking about, and how they were developing smaller personalities and blah blah blah. So, yeah, say goodbye to them. And what I absolutely love about the following scenes is that, not gonna lie, didn't expect that many characters to die right away, because I thought since we're spending a lot of time on them, they're gonna be important to the story. But, literally like 9 out of 10 characters we saw are just...
gone. Reduced to atoms.
Okay, I'll stop. They're just gone. Even the main characters barely survived. Like, Armin was almost devoured. He only survived because Eren sacrificed himself before being eaten by a Titan.
Armin, listen. We're still going to the outside world. The things you told me about. I have to see them. I have to.
And not gonna lie, like I said before, the atmosphere of the anime is amazing. Anime always keeps you right on the edge, reminding you this is not a classic storytelling. Everything is very dark, especially when you look at the faces of Titans, who each one of them is pretty much a nightmare fuel. And when our characters finally see some action, they freak out because it's all dangerous, they were never prepared to do any of this shit. Like, we're legitimately put in a situation where even status of main character doesn't help you.
Oh god, no!
Recruits trying their best to survive, but since they're pretty much, well, don't even know how to do that, they are not really surviving. Meanwhile, they're running out of gas and they're being surrounded by Titans. Mikasa, on the other hand, knows exactly what to do. Since she saw Eren being eaten and Eren is her everything like it's been established before, she just runs around killing all the Titans right and left until she runs out of gas and just being slapped against the roof.
She could...
Jeez. She fell funny.
And okay, maybe I'm being nitpicky again, but if you're running out of gas, can't you just, instead of wasting your time and gas killing Titans, just run towards the wall? Because as soon as you climb up the wall, you can just safely walk around to safety and not sit in the open where Titans can kill you. Meanwhile, Mikasa is being cornered by Titans, who are really slow, of course. Bruh, I love when Titans need to, they're as fast as flesh, and they have like top reflexes. When the story needs to be a little sadder, they're waste their time slowly trying to get you walking to you instead of running, you know? Anyway, all of a sudden, one of the Titans, who for some reason has cooler design than the others, starts attacking all the Titans around him, saving Mikasa, which causes her to freak out even more, because before nobody even heard of Titan who kills other Titan. Armin and the others, seeing this, come up with a plan to try and use him and run to the storage room to get more gas and escape, which surprisingly works. However, when they make it to the outpost in the supply room, turns out Titans are also there. Well, no wonder. Why is supply room has such a huge hallways? Okay, like seriously, why this building has such a high floors? There's literally no reason for it. You don't have planes or tanks, which would require such a big room, so why is it like this? Anyway, they come up with a new plan where they come down in an elevator and distract Titans with muskets, while Mikasa just kills them all. Surprisingly, this also worked. When they finally exit the building, they notice that the Titan who's been helping them before collapsed from exhaustion, and Eren crawled out of its neck. Yeah, this day keeps getting better and better. Armin and Mikasa, of course, are thrilled to see Eren, but immediately after they're confronted pretty much by the whole army, because everyone is kind of freaked out by a Titan who can transform into a human. Of course, what happens next, everyone pretty much starts yelling at Eren, asking, "Who the hell are you, boy?" But the issue is Eren doesn't even know himself. With all the yelling and screaming, commander of the army orders to kill them with a cannon. But I guess he didn't know that Eren is main character, because of course he partially transforms and uses Titan powers to block the cannon. Issue is everyone freaks out even more because of that. Armin attempted to reason with an army, saying that Eren actually can be useful because he saw him killing other Titans, so he can probably be a really valuable weapon, especially when no one really knows nothing about Titan's anatomy and how they work. Unsurprisingly, nobody actually listens to him, and they almost got shot again until the main commander of army showed up.
That's enough. You should really do something about your nervous disposition, Captain
Pixis, and who actually decided to listen to them. Yeah, plot armor and stuff. They decided to test Eren. He would transform, lift the boulder, and cover the hole in the wall, saving everybody here. Which, again, surprisingly went pretty smoothly. At first, he went insane and started attacking everybody. By the way, I remind you that canonically his Titan is called the Attack Titan, so, well, again, makes sense. But of course, his friends then later just told him, like, come on, buddy, your life is on the line, come on, control yourself.
We're set! Long as we've got his back while he heads for the wall!
Yeah, nice job sealing the wall, Eren, by the way, when you almost broke it in the process. By the way, the whole shenanigans with sealing the wall with a boulder took about 4 or 5 episodes. Nice pacing. But when he placed the boulder down, he pretty much used all of his juice. As a result, him and Armin were almost eaten by Titans, but luckily for them, again plot armor, the most OP soldier of the army, Levi, just showed up and saved them. Bruh, where were you before, Levi? They bring Eren back into the main city, where they first throw him in jail and then decided to give him a trial, trying to decide if he's humanity's hope or gonna die right now. Luckily, Levi was there, who just, well, beat Eren up, proving if Eren were truly evil, he probably would have transformed right now and tried to kill him.
Eren Yeager be placed under Captain Levi's supervision.
At the same time, Levi convinces Commander Zachary to give Eren to his team, because there he will be able to train, and also since Levi is so OP, he probably would kill him as soon as he stepped out of a line. And that's what everybody agreed on. There we get introduced to a little more people, one of which is Hanji Zoe, expert on Titans, and spoiler alert, best girl of the series. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Talk to the hand.
There's a couple more people on Levi's team who are probably not gonna make because, well, they're probably not gonna live very long. They later proceed to trading, where it's revealed that Eren has to bite his hand anytime he wants to transform. He also has to have a goal in mind before transforming, but I feel like that's not as important because, well, later in the series, I don't think there's ever gonna be a time when somebody of the Titan Shifter is gonna get hurt and not transform. Except, okay, those moments when they're threatened not to transform. Hanji at the same time gives Eren a 6-hour speech. I wish I was there. Why are you look so sad, Eren? Come on, don't pretend like you didn't like it.
Well, my inquisitive friend, if you insist, I intend to get better acquainted with the titans we looked upon in trust.
At the same time, they managed to capture 2 small titans, which Hanji intended to inspect. Well, you know, to study them and stuff.
They were killed just before dawn, apparently.
But somebody managed to sneak at night and kill both of them, which leaves Hanji devastated because she cannot learn more about titans yet, for sure.
Konnichiwa.
Anyway, Eren finally meets up with Armin and Mikasa as everyone plans to travel to Eren's hometown, where they finally gonna get to Eren's basement using his father's key and finally maybe learn what the hell titans are, since his father probably had something to do with it. Expedition starts pretty smoothly. The plan is to avoid titans as much as possible and use fireworks while traveling in order to tell people around you where titans are. But surprisingly, they're attacked by another abnormal titan, which they later gonna refer to as female titan. And actually that begs the question, do all titans are like male looking? Honestly, when I watched it for the first time, I didn't really thought of that, but apparently it is true. Like, this is actually the only titan which looks woman-like. I don't really know if it's like a bad or good decision, but still interesting. Female Titan kills like half the scouts, and Armin really quickly realizes that she's intelligent just like Eren, and probably looking for him. After grabbing and almost killing Reiner, she runs away to the forest where Levi took Eren. Turned out, on the other hand, they were not running away from the female Titan, they were actually setting up a trap to capture her. Not exactly sure what was the point of this trap originally, since they only knew of Armor Titan's existence and Colossal Titan's existence, and for both of those Titans this trap is kinda useless.
What the hell is this?
I keep her home from school one day and she gets eaten.
Essentially, she did it so the shifter inside could escape undetected, which is exactly what happens, and moments later she transforms and attacks. Like I said, all Levi's squad just gets decapitated right away, leaving only Levi, Eren, and Mikasa as last survivors. Eren too decides to use his Titan powers and also transforms, but
He's definitely not invincible.
kinda fails and gets eaten. However, Levi and Mikasa quickly chase them, and after a quick fight where Levi just destroys the female Titan, like literally destroys, no chances, turns out she just kept Eren in her mouth all along. By the way, about secondary characters who very predictably die really fast. Remember I mentioned Levi's team. Like many other secondary characters, we don't really know much about them. We know pretty much just enough information so we remember them as classic good guys, who, like other soldiers, sacrifice themselves for the greater good. But when everybody starts heading back to town, we have this scene where fellow soldiers bringing their bodies back home, so their families can bury them. But since Titans are catching up to them, they have to throw away bodies from the carriage, so they survive themselves. And that's when, for a small scene, we see the body of the girl who was previously on Levi's team. Just when you almost forgot about her existence, her arc is a little bit extended, reminding what was it all for. Which, I love those kind of details in the series.
I saw this a few years ago and it just gives me the shivers.
Everyone finally come back to the city where Armin realizes that, wait, female Titan looks awfully like the girl Annie, who we've met before. Maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe not. Let's test that theory. So all the main characters met up with Annie and said that yes, we really want to escape the city. Let's go underground with us, show us the way, blah blah blah.
This place has been completely deserted.
Annie right away realizes that this is a trick and transforms. Eren, with a little struggle, transforms with her, and together they both start rebuilding the city by destroying it, or having Titan sex. I'm not exactly sure which one is it. However, before they can capture and interrogate Annie, she freezes herself in a crystal. Yes, apparently that is also something Titan Shifters can do. And the funniest part, later when the government is talking to Irvin, commander of scouts, they were asking him legitimate questions like, so you wasted all this time to capture one person you cannot even interrogate. And he's like, yes. And what are you gonna do now? Yes. I don't really know if I should give something in the end because, well, Attack on Titan Season 1 is only part of the big picture, and it's kind of hard to review only Season 1, because like I said, there's a lot of details which are going to be revealed later. So I guess, like, follow, tell me in the comments how wrong I am, and see ya in another review.